Question 3. There is a similarity between question 2 and question 3. The similarity is that both the answers are located in Surah Al-Kahf. But there is a difference between question 3 and question 1, as with question 2 and question 1, meaning that the actual target of the question is not in the question, it's outside. So the young man who fled in the cave, but the rabbis want to get something beyond that. In question 2, Allah gave them what they wanted. They wanted to know whether Nabi Muhammad ﷺ knew about Gog and Magog. Allah gave them the answer directly. What it is they want to know in question 3? Only a prophet can answer. Gibbon wrote in his Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire about this story. Many historians have written about this story. The young man who fled in the cave. But it is a matter about which only a prophet can answer. So very clearly, lurking behind the question is something else. What can that be? Our response is, it may certainly be something located here. Because question 2, this was hidden in the question. What is it therefore that is hidden in question 3? The answer is given by Nabi Muhammad ﷺ when he said, recite the first 10 ayat of Surah Al-Kahf for protection from the fitna of Dajjal. And the first 10 ayat, which will be the subject of one class completely, inshallah, the first 10 ayat take you to the beginning of the story of the young man in the cave. And so we have come to the conclusion, using the logic that we've used, that the real target of question 3 was Dajjal. Yes, Allah answers the question. These are young men who had faith in Allah. Many of the commentators say they were Christians. If you go in the books of Tafsir, you will find many of the commentators saying that these were Christian young men. But there's a problem about that. They are living in a world which is waging war on Islam. The world wants them to give up the worship in Allah of one God and to embrace shirk. And these are young men who are not prepared to give up their faith. They are prepared to resist all efforts to take away Islam from them. All. When that godless world of oppression which was waging war on Islam left no door open for these young men to live as Muslims. Rather than compromise, rather than say, well listen, we've had to cut some corners now to live. They left the world. They gave up the world. And they fled. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes their fleeing. They stopped in a cave. This may have been only a temporary halt. And that after resting for a while, they'll proceed onwards. But when they rested in the cave, They pray to Allah, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا رَشَدًا. Oh Allah, kindly help us in our predicament. Kindly have mercy on us. And Allah responded and allowed them to sleep. In a subsequent class, we're going to deal with this in detail, inshallah. And they slept for 300 years, the solar calendar, 309 lunar calendar. The Quran pointing out the use of both calendars, solar and lunar. And then Allah caused them to wake up. Why did He cause them to sleep for so long? لِنَعْلَمَ أَيُّ الْحِزْبَيْنِ أَحْصَى لِمَا لَبِثُوا أَمَلًا. The reason why we put them to sleep for so long and then woke them up was so that we would know whether they knew anything about time. The time is an awesomely important subject. If you want to understand the last day, you have to understand time. لِنَعْلَمَ أَيُّ الْحِزْبَيْنِ أَحْصَى لِمَا لَبِثُوا أَمَلًا. To see which one of these groups of young men would understand, would know how long were they there. They were hungry. They sent someone to buy some food. But notice these young men. And whenever I come to this, I always remember Maulana Siddiq Ahmad Nasir. He said, go with these coins, these silver coins, go down in the village out there, and go and search for that food which is as purest food. So anytime I go into the supermarket, you know what? He examining every table minutely. Minute examination of every label to ensure that whatever he buys is halal. That's Maulana Siddiq Ahmad Nasir. When he went down to buy the food, he then found to his great joy that the godless world was in the garbage bin. Yeah. And a new world had come. The sunshine had come and the dark night had ended. And those who now control the world were people who have faith in Allah. And they then decided, when they learned about this story, to build a monument to preserve the memory of this event. And that monument was built with the masjid. Here's the story. But having given the answer, Allah goes on to give extra. The rabbis never asked about the dog. No, they never talked about the dog. Allah went on to tell more about the story. Extra, yeah. Then they took a dog with them. And he spoke about where the dog was lying down at the entrance of the cave. And he described how the dog was lying down with his four paws stretched out in front of it. So, Allah is responding to the question that they asked. They can't say they didn't get the answer. He gave them a lie-up when he answered them. So they cannot complain they didn't get the answer. But they know that the real target of the question was something else. And he does not respond by identifying the real target of the question. He keeps them guessing. And so you will not find the word Dajjal anywhere in the Quran. But in this class you will see how Dajjal is described in Surah Al-Quran. This then is our class for today. We have analyzed the three questions and shown the similarities and the differences, and we've been able to identify the real targets of the question.